Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Last time we talked to the victim relative, and yeah, reconstruction. Go to my previous video if you'd like to watch them. From there, we know this last victim didn't see the killer, and the killer know the victim routine to the crime scene. How did the killer know? We don't know yet. Okay, let's continue the story. An ABC guide. Who's this?
Oh, just a minute. I'm getting dressed.
Is that blood on his clothes?
Mr. Kirst, have you recently returned from Churston?
Yes. Indeed I have.
Have you seen the papers? And to think that you might have rubbed shoulders with the killer. Imagine that. Mr. Kirst, are you all right? You don't seem well.
My apologies. My throat is burning and my head feels heavy. It's ever since the war, you know. Since my injury, my head has never been the same.
Oh, he was at war. Shoulder, maybe.
Poirot, it's a pleasure to be with you again after all these years. I looked for a gift to thank you, and I found this propelling pencil.
An authentic collector's item. You spoil me, mon ami.
And you more so by sharing investigations.
Do not underestimate the help you are to me, Hastings. Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill, and you are not short of that. Later, I will ask you to help me tidy up the room and bring some chairs. Our guest will be here soon.
Ah, is Thora Grey coming?
Naturally. She is a fascinating young woman, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, come on, Poirot. I'm a married man. And Miss Grey has already been courted by Franklin Clarke. Poirot, our guests will be here soon. We must prepare ourselves.
Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill. Nice word, Poirot. Oh, what should I do with them?
Sometimes I love a brunette, sometimes I love a blonde. That's what the song says.
Blonde and brunette song?
The song says, sometimes I love a blonde who comes from Eden by way of Sweden. But I am not sure that this blonde is an angel. She appears to have taken more care with her appearance than the last time.
Looking at Donald. Earring.
Mr. Poirot, I don't like being stared at. If you have something to say, would you please say it to me?
Necklace.
She's looking at Mr. Fraser out of the corner of her eye. Did she make herself beautiful for him?
Yeah, she's wearing heavy makeup than usual. She can hide her feeling to Mr. Fraser, right?
Donald is always on edge.
Dark circles. Tense hands. Shaving cut.
Donald Fraser is very nervous at the moment, even if he is trying hard to control himself.
Nervous? Why is that? A magnificent pen offered by Hastings. Hastings will understand that I had to take his key apart to help the investigation.
Franklin Clarke always seems at ease, regardless of where he is. Something that's unique to people who travel. I wish to thank you all for coming. I wanted to bring everyone close to the victims here in order to unmask the murderer.
Get to the point, Mr. Poirot. What do you want from us?
Be patient, Miss Bernard.
Megan, dear girl, please be patient.
Mr. Poirot, how dare you address me by my first name?
Please excuse me, mademoiselle. What I ask is that you search your memories. The murderer must have left some trace.
Yes, he must have prepared his crimes very carefully.
Tout à fait. He did not get to Bexhill at midnight in order to strangle a young girl whose name by chance starts with P.
Must we go into that?
No, of course. Not if it makes you uncomfortable.
Come on, Mr. Poirot. I imagine we all feel terribly uncomfortable about these murders.
It's true. We've to catch the killer, not be spared the gory details.
Mr. Fraser, please get a grip on yourself.
Well, I want to help you, but I don't remember anything else. Nothing I haven't already said.
And you, Mademoiselle Barnard, did your sister say if she was seeing another man?
She never would have told me.
Really, Megan?
Allons, surely sisters have no secrets.
She never spoke about any of that to me. Do you believe me or do I have to repeat myself? Betty knew I didn't approve of her behaviour. Her flirting was spoiling any chance she might have had.
Tell me, mademoiselle, what did you talk about with your sister?
Silly things. Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother bought her a brand new pair. The day it happened, she was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Poor Mummy.
You've
Your
already
sister
said
used to
it.
sing, I believe. Did she ever perform in public?
She dreamt about it, but she had a very bad cough. It troubled her greatly. She had to cancel auditions and miss lots of opportunities. A pity.
Yes, she sang well, but that doesn't tell us much about the murderer.
Qui sait? In any case, we now have enough information to draw up a relatively precise psychological profile.
Okay, physiological
Let's
profile.
now try and get our brain cells to work.
Isn't the killer clever? Indeed. Let us look again at this murder, if you please. You will see that the murderer carried it out to perfection. Is the killer sure of himself? Killed when the street was packed with people. That's rather bold. Yeah, self-confident. Is the killer a seducer? The man seduced Betty before taking her to the beach, where he strangled her. Seducer. Does the killer like trains? A passenger timetable. Maybe the murderer like trains? Yeah, he likes trains. Is the killer impulsive? The killer is methodical and prepares his crime meticulously. He never forgets to leave his intriguing signature behind.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we can now surmise without too much risk of error that our adversary is calculative, sure of himself, a seducer, of outstanding intelligence, that he has plenty of self-control, and that he likes railways. It's a good start. Other meetings may be necessary. I hope that you will be able to come back again.
Well, it's just that...
What is it?
Is something bothering you, Mary?
Well, Mr. Poirot, you see, I don't know if I can come to London just like that.
It's normal that people helping with this inquiry should be reimbursed. Starting with you, Miss Drower. Please allow me to pay for your train tickets.
Oh, sir, I cannot accept.
But you must. Mademoiselle, I may not be rich, but my brother left a fortune which will be mine.
Mr. Clarke, that's very generous of you.
Well, someone has to foot the bill. Mr. Poirot, would it be possible for you to come back to Devon? Lady Clarke has expressed a wish to see you. We'll adjust her medicine so she'll not be too drowsy.
But of course, I shall come the day after tomorrow if it is convenient. Thank you all for coming. We will meet again soon.
Frank is so generous.
The meeting was most fruitful.
Really?
Hastings, I believe now we have everything we need to find a common point between the victims. Now it is time for us to use our grey matter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Wow, what is it this time? What do the victims have in common? Mrs. Asher took a cough medicine. Patty had problems with her voice. Sir Carmichael Clarke was a famous retired doctor. All the victims suffered from throat afflictions.
The first two victims suffered from bad throat, and that was precisely the specialty of the third victim, Dr. Clarke.
We have a lead.
It would pay to take a closer look at the medical records of Dr. Clarke's patients.
We'll do so during our next visit to Churston.
I will do it myself, mon ami. You must remain in London just in case ABC sends us another letter.
Very well, as you wish.
I'll go by myself. Yeah, a lead.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Poirot. Lady Clarke is waiting for you in her bedroom on the first floor. Please excuse me, I cannot stay for the interview. I've to take Miss Gray to the station to see our lawyer in Torquay.
Is Miss Gray leaving?
Are you leaving Churston for good?
Miss Gray very kindly stayed with me to settle my brother's affairs, but naturally she prefers to find a position in London.
Ah, très bien.
I'll be absent all morning, Mr. Poirot, but the nurse is coming soon. She's to ensure that the dose of medicine doesn't make our patient drowsy.
Thank you, Mr. Clarke. Have a nice trip, mademoiselle. This poor woman is very ill.
Clenched fists. Dazed eyes. Painkillers.
This woman is suffering. She is in no state to have a conversation.
Very ill indeed. Very, very ill indeed.
Mr. Poirot?
My respects, madame.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Have you seen the nurse? She should have been here by now. Oh, I'm sorry.
The telephone in the hall is ringing.
Get the film, perhaps.
The Clarke residence. Detective Hercule Poirot speaking.
How do you do, Mr. Poirot? I'm Lady Clarke's nurse. I wanted to let you know that I won't be able to come for her injection today. Might Miss Gray be able to do it?
She has just left, but I will take care of it.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. You'll find the skeleton key to open the medicine cabinet hidden in the lion trophy.
You can count on me. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Oh, thank you kindly. Goodbye, Mr. Poirot.
Lion trophy. Got it.
Here is the skeleton key. April 1925, Aceh Province, Sumatra.
Okay, I'm sorry I end the story here. It's almost 15 minutes. I get to find her injection quickly. Wish me luck, everybody. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.